Good evening and welcome to SAFC. What am I talking like that for?
I was going to say that's very formal.
Good evening. SAFC Fan TV. We are back for another edition of the Sunday Bunch. We are here in the Sunderland studio with myself, Wee Philly. We have Michael Bowers. Michael, what have you been up to today?
Nothing, just watching the football.
Any good?
Some decent games, to be fair. Decent games. The Premier League, you get some decent quality.
We've got the Doominator is back with us. Dino here, to be fair, has been fairly chirpy over the last few weeks. What have you been up to today, Dino?
Nothing at all. Like you say, just watching the football and just chilling, really.
Just being miserable.
Yeah,
just a normal day for you.
Yeah.
And on the end, of course, we have the mad mistake. Terry is back with us. Terry, you've had a good day?
Really busy day. Did me 6-7 mile run today, first time this year. Happy with that. Cleaned out my man shed, sorted it completely out. Cleaned the car out, and just been busy. Never stopped all day long. I've been watching football. Watching football on the Sunday? Who watches football on the Sunday?
The whole British population. That's who.
Well, I don't know. I've been to church, so I missed it all anyway. So don't forget, of course, we are live, which means you can contact us via the live chat. In there already, we've got to give a shout out to Las Palmas Mackham. Robert Foster is in there. Lauren Kenny, Colin Major, David Walker, Kev Flavin, DJ Earth, who, we've got some news about DJ Earth. We'll bring to you over the next week or so. John Forbes, Mick Griffiths, Jeff Holcroft, Spannerman, of course, all there. And already DJ Earth, who we call our video printer, has got a score update. Arsenal 0, Chelsea 2. Before we go any further, I want to quickly say hi. We forgot, we didn't actually get your name, but me and Dino came out of the week chief yesterday after we'd finished the show, was going to the game, and a guy stopped us, came over, said, massive fan of the channel, and watches on a Thursday and a Sunday. It's from Chesterfield. So wow. Sorry we didn't get your name, but if you're watching and you want to add it in the chat there, we will. We'll give you a shout out. Of course, we have got the game to analyse from yesterday. But before we do, there's a couple of points I want to bring up because it got me a bit riled yesterday. Club shop again. Club shop is still not open, and we did this a couple of weeks ago where we got a reply. Someone got a reply from the club saying it was down to COVID and social distancing and keeping the staff safe, and that's why they didn't want to have the shop open. So my idea is, why don't they own one of the containers by the Bob Stokoe statue, which used to sell stuff from anywhere? You can have people queuing outside and at least sell shirts that way. Why do you think it's not open? Terry, what do you think the reason is for not opening the club shop?
I haven't got a clue. I think it's very unprofessional. Very unprofessional on the club not having its own official shop open. A perfectly lovely shop. Absolutely fantastic shop. Fantastic facilities right on the doorstep, and it's closed. It's absolutely unprofessional. It's pathetic, to be honest. Really pathetic. We used to have a fan zone at one point over. Yeah, the can zone. What's happened to the fan zone? That's gone. The little shop, like Philly says, there was like sort of container shop next to the fan zone. That's gone. What's going on? What is going on at this moment in time? I know we're getting things right on the pitch, but now let's get some sort of facilities open for the fans. The fans want these facilities open. What's going on? What's going on? I've got no idea.
Right, fair enough. Before we go any further there, Brian Gartner, good evening from Nova Scotia, which I believe is Canada. You'll know things like that. You're clever, aren't you?
No, not in geography. I'm not, no.
Yeah, right, there you go. Also down here, Hogan, who happens to be your dad.
Who?
Your dad. Hogan who?
Legend himself.
Said, you should give a big shout out to Tommy. He did a brilliant job on the stream yesterday. Yes. Listen, round of applause to Tommy. Tommy's our newest recruit to the team. And we did ask him because Tommy is based outside of Sunderland, so I can't get to the home games. So we did ask him if he would do live commentary for us of the game. And it was his first one, all on his own. And absolutely brilliant job he did. So, Tommy, thanks very much. And Tommy will be our regular commentator now for the home games. So anybody who can't make the games, you can tune in to SAFC Fan TV, and you can watch the home game. Oh, the commentary, Tommy doing it. Dino, why do you think the club shop's not open?
I don't know. I don't think it's the COVID, because yesterday in the ground, I was sitting next to people on my left, people on my right who I don't know. There's no social distance because
you were sat next to me.
Second half, first half.
Right.
So first half, I had people on my left, people on my right. I don't know them. I don't know if they've had COVID. I don't know who they've been in contact with, but there's no social distancing there. They were probably closer than what used to.
Did they touch you?
Well, one of them tried to, I had to give them the hand, like, but yeah, I mean, if it's for COVID reasons, then what's the excuse of having 30,000 people in the stadium? It can be for COVID reasons. It's something else. There's someone just said in the comments there, they've heard the shop's being refurbished. But if that is the case, get the club shop outside, like you say, in a container. And I mean, I just don't know what's happening with the club at the minute. I mean, they want people to buy shirts, but don't have the club shop open and expect everyone to go online and do it. Not everyone knows how to do online shopping.
Terry, look, if it's being refurbished, put a tweet out, let the fans know what's going on.
This is what I was going to say as well. You know, do we not deserve to know what the truth behind it is? The thing is even if you open the container and you keep it just to football shirts, the new shirts are out, right? That's going to be the biggest seller. So just put football shirts in the container, let people queue outside so you're out in the fresh air, so you're not, indoors. If this is the reason, what they're saying, why not do that? Michael, why do you think it's not open?
I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't. I don't get the idea you've suggested should be a win-win, because it keeps fans more engaged with the club. It makes fans feel more like a match day experience. Some people might like the idea of going up and chatting to the staff in the club store while they're buying kits or whatever.
No, I don't like doing that.
Well, maybe you might have, but there'll be some people there that probably will. They like that sort of stuff. They like going in to see the stock for themselves. They get more of a feel for what they're going to be buying because it's their money they're spending. But also it makes the club money. So for me, I don't quite get why we're not doing it. Like I said, the idea of the vans, the containers outside the ground, used to have a host of stock in the club. Or even if you wanted to not do it in the fan zone, do it outside the club store. Then if you run out of things, you can quickly go and restock again. So to me, that would make sense. But
look, if the club shop was open, I'd want to go buy some oven gloves. I need some new oven gloves, and I want some Sunderland SFC oven gloves. Why do they sell oven gloves at the club shop? But I would go and have a look, and I would buy them. Then that'd keep your hands warm at the match one time as well.
No, you got it all wrong. Don't want oven gloves. Get yourself a wife.
Well, it's like
I'm only joking. I just quickly on here.
Tried that once, never again.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
I'm on number 4. Karen's on it.
Does your wife use oven? I thought you just used the microwave.
No,
my wife microwave gloves.
No, my wife uses me. Get in there and get something cooked for tea. Right. Mick Griffiths should be in the comments just now. Mick Griffiths says tight-fisted, but tight-fisted. If you're trying to say they're trying to save money on paying staff, that's just nonsense. Because you're going to make more money selling shirts than you're
how much money are they losing?
It's absolutely. Lauren Kelly says it's the beacon of light, apparently, who put the fan zone there. So, but again, reasons for not having that, I don't know. I really don't. But that was the first thing I wanted to mention. But the second thing, and this is the one what got my back up. Dino sent me a message yesterday morning, and he didn't have a ticket for the game, and he said, "Philly, will you go?"
I knew you guys see this.
Because will you go to the ticket office? Because I get over there early to do my show, so he didn't have to queue and pick him a ticket up for the game. Not a problem. So I went online quickly to check what time the ticket office was open, to find that the ticket office, right, on a match day is open from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., right? And you cannot buy a ticket for the game on a Saturday, right? That is, forget the cashless thing, right? You cannot buy a ticket for the game, right, at the ticket office on a match day. It is for inquiries only. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It's what it says on the website. All I did, I went online and I purchased the ticket like that, and that was fine, right? But it leads me on to my second bit here. On the Friday, a pal of mine was telling us that his mate had gone down to purchase a season card for his son, right? Which he got, no problem. And there was an elderly gentleman in behind him, and he came in and he wanted a ticket for the Wimbledon game, right? And he only had cash, and they would not allow him, right? They said it's cashless, you cannot pay cash for it. And of course, elderly gentlemen, not up with tech and stuff like that, had no other means of paying for it, right? So my mate's pal said, look, give us the money, I'll put it on my card, and he bought the ticket for him, right? If he'd not been there, that guy goes in, can't get a ticket, walks away, they've lost the sale. Now, this cashless thing, you know, right or wrong, and what are the reasons for it? Terry, what do you think?
I understand the cashless thing being in the ground, but the ticket office, come on, it's pathetic. Again, you're just chasing customers away. I don't get it at all. I mean, like Dino says, we squash like sardines in parts of the ground, spreading germs and COVID. We can't hand over cash. It's like just, you know, if you work and behind the till and you receive cash, have a sink behind you and wash your hands afterwards if you want to, if you're not worried about it. But you know, again, people of a certain age, a lot of people don't have technology. My dad doesn't go online. My dad doesn't know how to use a laptop. If he wanted to go to the match, how is he going to get a ticket? It's pathetic. Yeah. It is pathetic, honest to God.
I mean, the cashless thing, I mean, Lauren Kane just put up a good comment here, which said that she doesn't agree with the contactless. Some people don't use card, they only pay cash. And what happens if the internet goes down? Well, exactly. Because we're in an era now where mostly everything is done online. So, but the problem is that, I kind of get the cashless thing. The club might try and argue, and I don't know this, it's just me speculating. The club might argue, we don't want to hand over germs with handing over cash. But as you have said, then why are we allowed to have many thousands in the Stadium of Light when you're going to be in close proximity to each other, next to each other? Not everyone will have been double jabbed, or even some people won't even been single jabbed at this point. So if you can do that, but then you can't do it in the ticket, you can't purchase cash, use cash for the ticket office. There's so many things that it just contradicts itself ridiculously.
The thing is just what the club are doing is the club are making it difficult to go and watch the match. You know, when you're a business, right, you make it as easy as possible to take people's money off them. Exactly. It's as simple as that, right? It's just basics.
Can I ask a question as well? Did you, when you bought the ticket?
Yeah.
Did you have to print it out on your own printer as well?
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you know, that's a time thing. Had I purchased it earlier in the week, they would have sent it out. But if they'd sent it out, they would then charge you a fee on top of it. Yeah. I don't know if it's 150, 250 or whatever. There was no fee to pay, but I printed it out on the printer. However, you can get it on your phone. I could have sent it to your phone, and you could have just used your phone. So, you know, I get all that. I understand all this, saving on, I mean, are they actually going to try and do away with staff then? It looks like they're going to cut it down to us,
You say that, but that's probably what it is. They're probably thinking, well, we can save money on staff's wages. But again, it's a catch-22 situation. How much money are you losing then by losing out on sales?
But this is what makes no sense, right? You're going to demoralize the staff who probably get minimum wage, probably not even that and all that. But yet you'll hire people who don't need jobs at the club, like directors of football and ex-assistant directors of football, and the jobs for the lads and all that stuff. Like when Donald came in, most people don't need jobs where they are in the have. It makes no sense. I mean, do I even have a kit man these days? What happened with that?
Oh, was it John Cook? You mean? I think.
Ridiculous way he was all that kind of stuff. I mean, the jobs what you need, they don't have. But the people who don't need the jobs have the jobs. It's weird.
Right. Well, Robert Foster on the chat says, to be fair, most stores are going cashless. Are they? I mean, how true is that? I mean, I know, me and Carl, we never carry cash. It's all just, that's how we do it. But, it's, you're saying most stores are going cashless. I've not seen that. It's, there's always an option to take cash. It's Bobby Cowley says, all the food and drink has gone down 50p. Now, if that's something because of the going cashless, It's just there's a lot of people, and I'm not just saying the elderly. I know, I've got friends of mine who'll say, we do an online bank and stuff like that, and just I know there's different ways you can get, debit cards, preloaded debit cards and stuff like that. But it's technology for a lot of people, and they don't want to do that. And there's nothing wrong necessarily with going. We're doing cashless, but you've got it. Well, it's going to be a contradiction. This I was going to say, but there should be an option somewhere, just in case.
Does the club not care about the elderly people? Does the club not care about the elderly fans? Because they're going to chase a lot of elderly fans away. I mean, not all of them, don't like technology, but a lot of them don't. A lot of them won't have the ability. My mother hasn't got internet in her house. She's in her 70s, never used internet in her life. She never will use internet in her life. If she wanted to go to the match, how is she going to get in?
Well, okay. I mean, but all this cashless aside anyway, right? Why can you not? And this is even, using a card, right? Why can you not even buy a ticket, right, for the game from the ticket office on a match day? So people who live out of the area, right, who won't travel all the way in, they're actually coming in. They've removed the ability for them to go to the ticket office and buy a ticket on the day of the game. And that's with no cash, with a card to go, ping, there you go, give us my ticket. Why is that so?
For the sole purposes of saving money, I think, on the day for staff.
It can't be
got to be.
It's not cost effective to do that.
Well, it's not. Well, if that's the case, it's not called a ticket office anymore. Can't be called a ticket. You can't go to a ticket office and not get a ticket. It can't be called a ticket office. So what is it? An inquiry office now.
Well, shall we get it renamed for you?
Well, we're gonna have to. You can't call. It's like saying a football stadium, but it doesn't play football. It's not a football stadium no more, is it?
It's basically a joke, isn't it? It's a joke shop. That's all it is. It's a joke shop. It's not a ticket office. It's a joke shop. Simple as.
Right. Well, we'll do that. Sunderland joke shop.
Sunderland joke shop.
All right.
Absolute joke.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Really. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. But I'm sure they've got the reasons for doing it. But it would be nice, even, if the club let us know, But coming out with blaming COVID rules and stuff like that, especially when restrictions are being lifted, is just weak. It would be nice if anybody from the club is actually watching. Would be nice if we got some sort of response.
Do you know what? If they don't solve these issues, if they don't put right, that's wrong at the moment. I'm not buying a season card next year. They can piss off. I'm not bothered. No,
do you know
because they're isolating certain crowds of people. It's ridiculous. I hate it.
Do you know what's mad, right? When Stuart Down was involved, he was so very open, very transparent. He let the fans what was going on all the time. And then people said they didn't like that. But now we're not getting any transparency. We're not hearing anything. And everyone's kicking off.
It always feels like it's one extreme.
Well, yeah, you're never good. They're never going to win because, some people will complain, you're telling us too much and that. But it would just be nice get a bit of clarity.
Yeah, but it's not like Stuart Dunn saying he's going for a shite, is it? It's basically just like the club saying, this is the reason why the ticket office is not selling tickets. Simple as. Put everybody going to the ticket office on the day as well.
Thing is, if you at least offered something of an explanation, even if it's not a very plausible one, at least people would understand, at least know what you're reasoning.
But they've done that. We showed it. If someone got a reply and they'd said the COVID, so you can say, well, we have responded and we've told you where it is. If you don't believe it, then tough. We do apologise for Terry's French as well. He has been having extra lessons this week, and he's trying to. He's trying to become fluent.
Well, man, it really pisses you off, doesn't it? Let's face it. Put it blatantly blunt. It does, man. It's ridiculous, man.
Just for our French listeners. There you go. Right then, fellas. It's all. We're back on winning ways. Before we do any more, by the way, we've got 125 people on the stream. We've got 41 likes. If you'd like to just hit the thumbs up, we'd like to hit 100 on a Sunday. If you do that, take a second. And don't forget, of course, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. It's free to subscribe. And all important, don't forget to press the bell, the notification bell, and then you'll be updated whenever we put any new stuff on the channel. Sunderland 1, AFC Wimbledon 0. Back to winning ways. Everybody's happy. Michael Bowers, overall team performance, what did he think?
First half was very flat. I think a lot of people were saying that. The first half I thought was just We were devoid of any intensity, composure, urgency. There was barely anything there. And I put a tweet out at halftime saying something like, it wasn't good. We needed improvements. And I think someone, obviously it was good that they responded to us, but they said something like, got to credit Wimbledon for pressing us. Personally, I didn't think Wimbledon were all that. I felt it was just us not being very good. I respect Wimbledon. Obviously, they've got...
That's harsh.
Sorry?
I would say I think that's harsh.
What, Wimbledon not being very good?
I thought Wimbledon in the first half were really good. They had some chances. You forget about one of the chances.
There's only one chance I can remember they created, though. One really good chance.
I think that's very unfair.
No, I don't think it is.
To be fair, I thought, I mean, me and Dino sat holding hands. No, we didn't. We we were sat together, so watching it, and I thought we were shocking first half. But this morning, I watched the highlights back, and they did actually only have one chance. I thought they had a heartload of chance on the first half.
Is the one where from outside the 6-yard box where it goes right past the right post. Apart from
Yes.
that, I can't remember. Apart from that, can you remember a chance they created? A really good one in the first half, because I can't.
I tell you what's really unprofessional as well, the highlights. You've seen the highlights where they're commentating the highlights. Have you seen this today?
I saw it today.
And the guy who's commentating constantly keeps on saying Lee Burgess is in goal.
Yes,
how does he not know?
Yes,
How does he not know that Anthony Patterson is in goal? How does he not know that?
Well, to be
Difference in height altogether, different looking altogether.
I was going to say they announced it on the stadium, like announced the thing before.
To be fair, Terry, we watched most of the first half going, Burgess doing all right, mind, didn't he, and all that, because
he's commentating on the match. He's a professional.
We got the team through at the windshield and read it out, so we knew Burgess was in goal. So, and it was only when, and I was saying to the lads before I came on area, how he wore a blue jersey but had a black number on the back, and I looked. I thought, number 20. I went, well, that's not Burgess, that's Patterson. And it was only then we realised, and then from that we determined that Burgess got injured.
Yeah, these highlights are on the second half of the match, and he must have someone next to him saying, "It's not Burgess, it's Patterson."
Yeah.
And even when we have a shot, he doesn't even say who has the shot.
To be honest,
tell us who's having the goddamn shot.
Yeah, to be honest, the thing is with these highlights packages, they need somebody like Dino, our commentator down here, who does, or Tommy, even who does an excellent job, or CONRAD, of course. Or, I mean, Terry just sings. You just sing on yours, don't you?
Why not? If I'm enjoying this, I'll sing along.
Commentates listening on the radio.
Terry, we got the win. Overall performance?
Pretty poor, really, wasn't it? To be honest, it wasn't great. I know we're going to struggle not scoring goals. We're going to struggle this season if we cannot put the ball in the back of the net. It was only a fluke of a goal that got us the 3 points. I know we huffed and puffed like during the week against Burton. We had plenty of opportunities, plenty of chances, some good displays from Winchester and Pritchard and Patterson in goal. But we need to be a bit more important up front. We need to put teams to bed. And no disrespect to Wimbledon, it's only Wimbledon. Wimbledon aren't going to be in the top half of the table. We need to put these teams to bed. I know it's a learning process, and we will get better as the season goes on, but we are desperate for a striker to come into this club.
To be fair, Terry, I didn't think Wimbledon offered certainly first half didn't offer all that much, and across the game I didn't think they were that great. But to be fair to them, they were 11 unbeaten apparently in their last 11 league games going into yesterday. Yeah. And they were unbeaten going into the game yesterday from this season.
You know, it doesn't help when you get referees at the standard. You look.
We'll come on that anyway.
That's going to be
I'll get that for later on.
I mean, to be fair, I fell into the trap. You know, I predicted 4-0. And I fell in the trap of, right, it's Wimbledon, here we go. And credit to Wimbledon. Wimbledon didn't look a bad side. And if they play like that all season, I think we've got them second or third bottom or something in our predicted league. So it shows what we know.
Don't get me wrong, Wimbledon did play really well. Look, they only had created 2 really good chances.
Yeah, I was going to say, they showed a lot of heart. Don't get me wrong. They're never going to be sort of like endeavour or passion or desire or anything like that. But I think you could definitely, out of all the teams we've played so far, it's only 4 games in, we will play worse teams than Wimbledon. But of the 4 games so far, I thought Wimbledon looked the weakest.
But we've got to put these games to bed. We've got to be scoring goals with those chances. There's loads of chances.
But this is the thing. But I said football is a funny game, though, because I thought, like I said, from what I've seen, Burton created enough chances to score 3 or 4 goals, and we lost 1-0. And yesterday, I thought you could argue was our weakest performance in the league so far this season, but we ended up winning 1-0.
It may have been our weakest performance of the season, but we created the lion's share of the chances.
To be fair, yeah, we probably did do enough just about to win.
And if everybody scored all the chances for both teams, it would have been something like 8-2. So,
well,
you know,
yeah. Yeah,
Right, just very quickly then on the chat here. Vonnie Red says, anyone thinks KLD cares about the old fans, me included, are in cuckoo land. Money, money, money. I mean, he is a young lad, so you know.
He should respect his elders, shouldn't he? He should have people. You know, he should be. I didn't get it started.
I suppose what they're getting at is they'll think, well, they might target the younger generation because those are the ones that are going to end up keeping.
Well, yeah, no, but imagine the money these guys, I know, the money the elderly have spent over the years, thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds on the club they love.
About me.
And now, and now they're being pushed aside. It's not good enough.
The thing is, every fan is there because they care about Sunderland. Every fan invests their life, passion, soul, and money into the club. So either way, you deserve respect, whatever age you are.
Right, fair enough. Back to the chat then. You're not going to like this one, Dino. Jimmy says, you could tell Burge wasn't in goal. We kept a clean sheet.
I'm not being funny. What did Patterson have to do? I mean, I don't remember him having to save a shot. He didn't do well. If anything, he was caught in no man's land in second half when he came up for the corner and he just got nowhere near it.
That was the only mistake he made. He's a young lad. He's going to get better. He's a young lad. He's going to get better.
First half as well, he had a really bad kick out, if you remember.
No, I thought Patterson was solid all game. I thought, as for a young lad being thrown in last second before the game kicks off, probably a little bit nervous. First really home game in front of a big crowd. I thought Patterson did really well yesterday.
But this is the thing because
I'm not saying he's better than Burge or Burge is better than Patterson. I'm just saying the both for me it's 50-50.
Yeah, I'm someone who doesn't mind Burge, but at the end of the day, you've got to remember remember the defence as well, because at the back, that's where you need trust and communication more than any other position on the pitch. You need it everywhere, obviously, but that especially in that position. And the fact that had to be changed for, was it 15 minutes or something, whatever it was, before kickoff. It wasn't long to adjust to the fact, okay, we've got Patterson instead of Burge. So I thought the defence did fairly well yesterday.
It's goalie though, isn't it? I mean, it's not like you're having to change your system or anything like that.
I more mean the trust between your backline and your keeper, which is what you need.
Right, just very quickly, it looks like Jack's family's on here somewhere. Down 13 keeps asking where Jack Dodds is. Obviously, we have mentioned this over the weeks. Jack is busy with other things, so he can't devote as much time to the channel. He'll still be kicking about every now and again. You'll see him on here, but he's just stepping back from it. So that's what he's doing. But we're still all friends. And so, he's still, he's. Do you know your best mates with Jack, aren't you?
I can't stand
I kind of agree with Dino as well. I mean, Burge has more better games than bad games, but just because the mistakes he makes are highlighted more because they are kind of bad errors.
A part of it as well is that Burge isn't John McLaughlin. He's followed John McLaughlin, which isn't Burge's fault.
Right, Colin Major, more members on here, Trevor Dudden. Colin Major says, well said, Terry, about the elderly. Marion Trells says, well said, Terry. Well said, Terry's all gold. Hey, there you go. You got a fan.
I love a nice chocolate.
So, Dino, all-round team performance.
I mean, first half reminded me of the Parkinson era, where we had nothing. You had a creative midfielder in Pritchard who was running around, wanting the ball everywhere, and we just weren't giving it to him. We're just going down the wings. I mean, McGeady was awful, unfortunately. I mean, I still think I think he needs to get up to match speed because he was terrible. He wasn't doing anything. His crossing was awful. He couldn't take a player on. It was like watching a really unfit McGeady. It was just wrong. Gooch was doing all right, and he always does the same thing. He holds on the ball too long. He had Winchester overlapping him. He just didn't use him. He was just making the wrong decisions. That was just the first half. We were just making the wrong decisions. Passing was sloppy. I thought Wimbledon done okay defensively because they didn't really do anything from letting them have a shot. They were blocking things. They were keeping the ball well in certain areas. I thought they actually done okay. Second half, we were 10 times better. Normally we worry about second half Sunderland, but it was like the first half, it was second half Sunderland, and the second half was first half Sunderland. We came out, we dominated the game, we played really, really well. I think we got lucky with Luke 09 because Luke 09 nearly got sent off, and then they were in the box with their number 9, I think, and Flanagan made a great tackle. Obviously, there's a bit of element in luck in the goal. I mean, I don't know what Carl Winchester heard everyone shout shoot, so he shot. And people say it took a deflection, yeah, but you've got to have the shot. If he doesn't shoot, we don't score.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's why I always encourage players shoot outside the box, because if it takes a deflection, it could just nestle in the net.
Touch the keeper, doesn't it?
Yeah, we try and walk the ball into the net too much. Have a shot outside the box. There was a couple of times Pritchard cut inside. Instead of shooting, you give it out wide to McGeady. If you're on the edge of the box, have a shot. If you've got a yard of space, have a shot. Anything can happen. It can hit the post, go in, go off the post, hit the keeper make a mistake. We need to shoot more. And overall, second half I thought were really, really good. And I wanted to give a big, massive respect to Luke O'Neill. I mean, he hurt his shoulder. It looked like it dislocated. We made all 3 subs. He goes off. He gets to put back in place and comes straight on the pitch. For me, that's captain material.
Yeah,
that's captain material.
Is that what happened?
I think you're not saying he was
no.
running and he started holding his shoulder.
His popped out during the game.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
And he went over, got a scene out, and he came straight back on the pitch. I mean, most players would just went, I'm not playing again.
That's dedication for you. Dedication.
Something as simple as that is
Right,
appreciated. Something as simple as that is appreciated by fans, though, after what we witnessed in the 2 relegation seasons, where
because we're not record
couldn't be
breakers.
bothered. So,
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, on the interview, Lee Johnson's interview and Pritchard's interview, they both said the same thing. They weren't good enough first half. They made a few slight changes second half, and Pritchard was brought more in the game.
But that's one of the things that's encouraging, though, is that they acknowledge that the first half was short of the standard that they want. Whereas it was someone like Parkinson, for instance, he'd be like, "Oh, okay, well, we won 1-0, that's it."
Parkinson would be like, "Fantastic, we played fantastic the whole of the game, wonderful, fantastic game, brilliant." At least Lee Johnson and Pritchard both said they weren't good enough first half.
And bear in mind as well, when Dino said, we did get a bit of fortune with the goal, but that's probably comeuppance for the fact that we were very unlucky against, I know Terry doesn't believe in this, but we were unlucky against Burton.
Right, we were robbed by a pathetic line.
Shut up.
There's no one looking at that. That Burton linesman clearly favoured Burton because he wasn't Burton.
Can I just say, though, it's easy enough to say we played bad in the first half, but give a bit credit to Wimbledon. They came up in the defended well. Just because we played bad doesn't stop us from scoring. Them stopped us from scoring. They didn't give it any chances. We didn't create chances because Wimbledon didn't let us create chances, not just because we weren't at our best. Wimbledon had a little bit.
I would say we had a chance that came into the box with Ross Stewart where he put a leg out, he could have scored. Then Gooch, when he cut, when actually one of the times he tried to step over, it actually worked. He cut inside and then ended up his decision making stopped him scoring there. So.
Right then, just before we come on to the referee, because Terry's itching to do that, I just want to do the housekeeping quick. Scrolling across the bottom is a list of all our members who have joined SAFC Fan TV. We do have a members club now.
Is that what it is?
That's exactly what it is.
It is
$1.99 a month to join. That is less than 50 pence a week. It will give you your members badge, and it'll give you access to members only material on there as well. There's already stuff the members can see. So if you'd like to join, there is a join button just on the homepage. Just click that. And if you're having problems finding the join button, then there is a link in the description below. And if you join, we will love you forever. The money does help us grow the channel quicker and create better content. So a massive thank you to the people who've already joined. And why don't you just become a member for less than 50 pence a week?
I don't like that name, Yoda with a Skoda. I like that name.
There you go. Right then, the referee now. Terry he's never shut up about this since he got here. All right. I don't know if you watched Terry's vlog. Terry's vlog's already been out there, and what was the matter with the referee? He wasn't that bad, was he?
Well, let's face it, right? No matter what you do in life, you want to try and better yourself and get to the top of your game. Otherwise, what's the point? And these referees at League One standard look young enough, some of them look fit enough, some of them, they actually want to succeed at what they want to do, or they're just taking a wage. Because for me, some of the performances from these League One referees, it's absolutely pathetic. They're a joke. And I'm not just being biased because I'm like all Sunderland, because I'm now going to show you 2 instances. I'm going to mention two different instances, from both sides, you know. And it's not sour grapes. We won yesterday. We got the 3 points, so it's not sour grapes. Yesterday, Flanagan, right, went to clear a ball. He lifted his foot, maybe it was a yard off the floor, 2 yards off the floor. He cleared the ball. Then the Wimbledon player was running into 100 miles an hour, ran into Flanagan. So is Flanagan not meant to get rid of that ball? He's meant to say, right, let the ball go past, have a shot on target to Wimbledon, whatever. Of course, it's football, for God's sake. It's a man's game. It's football. Unless you're playing the women's game. But you put your foot in, you get rid of the ball, their player comes rushing in, smacks into Flanagan, Flanagan gets a yellow card. How is that a yellow card? It's pathetic. Pathetic. It's a joke refereeing. Luke O'Nien second half he's running towards the ball. He gets absolutely skinned by the speedy Wimbledon player who runs past Luke O'Nien. Luke O'Nien gets hold of him, throttles him, brings him back. How is that not a yellow card? How is that not stopping the play? Stop the play now. Book yellow card for Luke O'Nien. Some referees will give him a red card for that. You know,
if he'd have gone over, that play we said when we were watching it, if he'd have fallen over, then Luke O'Nien would have been sent off. No doubt about it.
Because would have been last.
But what happens next? Referee says advantage, play the advantage. Now the guy who has been fouled, or one of the players who was sort of aggrieved and angry at the time, he dives into Luke O'Nien later on, gets his own back, and he gets a yellow card. He could have damaged Luke O'Nien. So that wouldn't have happened. That wouldn't have happened if the player had stopped and had a free kick and Luke O'Nien get a yellow card. Now you can make it even more difficult. You can make it even more harder for players to do that. For me, they should change the rules. So you get double jeopardy. If you call it double jeopardy, you get two chances, right? You can either let the player continue, and all of the players on both sides will know if nothing comes from that play, you bring it back and you give them the yellow card and the free kick.
Well, rugby allow it to go on a lot longer than they do in football. They allow it a little longer, and then if nothing happens, they'll bring it right back, and they'll do that. Are you suggesting that
the referee can blow his whistle and say, right, the referee can do something to indicate it's a foul, but continue with play, and then you're going to get it back with a free kick anyway, no matter what happens. But they've got to stop grappling players and bringing players down. Luke O'Nien's a fantastic player. I love him to bits, and he wears his heart on his sleeve. And like I said before, came on with a dodgy collarbone. Absolutely amazing, captain material. But he's got to stop doing that. He was well beaten for speed. Accept it. Put your hands up. Let him go past. It's ridiculous.
Right, fair enough. David Jones. I don't know if it's that David Jones of Sky.
No, it's not.
No, Michael, I didn't think it was. I was just
ruin your joke.
No, don't worry, mate. Sorry, I was aware that.
But Phil, I want referees to come out after the game and say, "Look, I've made a mistake. That wasn't a yellow card. It's my fault. I should have stopped the game. That was a yellow card, Luke O'Nien. They're both bad mistakes. They're my fault. I put my hands up. I do apologise." Then we'd respect referees a lot more.
But that's something what needs to change, because that's the referees union. I mean, Jack Dodds, whenever he was on here, Jack referees as well, and he would never knock another referee, because that's their referees union, and they don't do that. And
don't get me wrong,
and they just remain silent.
Well, the thing is, I know that obviously refereeing is a very difficult job. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to, the referees obviously are refereeing in front of thousands of people in the cases of professional games. But I mean, I'm sure there was some reports somewhere that suggested that League One and League Two are only part-time officials. They only got only hiring the EFL are only hiring, or the FA hiring part-time officials for these sort of games. Now that needs to change. You need to invest a bit more money into actual properly decent referees. I mean, I know we're not going to ever get VAR. We know that that's not going to get. You're not going to get funding to get VAR in this league, but surely you should get some better standard officials. Because Terry's right, because not just against Sunderland, we've had a lot of decisions over the. So, I mean, one example I can think of is when we first season in League One, that Bradford goal that was clearly over the line, and somehow the referee didn't give it as a goal. There's so many catastrophic decisions that could have a lot of consequences for a lot of clubs.
Right.
I'm not saying the referees are at fault for how clubs do, but still.
Right. Well, David Jones says massive handball yesterday at Bolton for Oxford's first goal. The linesman and refereeing this season has been shocking. I think we've known that in this league for the last few seasons, haven't we? I mean, we've been fortunate enough to be in the Premier not that long ago, and you don't realise until you come so far down.
Where's that ambition from some people? Where's the ambition from that referee yesterday to want to get to the top of the game? It's just like, you're never going to do it. You're an absolute joke doing them decisions.
I mean, the ball went out of play near us, didn't it? And it got a deflection. And, clearly a throw into us. And it's not like the referee was miles away from it. You know what I mean? And, of course, he gave it the other way and everybody's up in arms. And just, basics, really. Referee for you, Dino?
I mean, it was like he wanted to make it all about him. I mean, he went over and gave Lee Johnson a yellow card for complaining about a decision what should have went our way, and he gave me a yellow card for basically saying, you done it wrong there. That should be our ball. That's a foul. That should be a yellow card in, blah, blah. And you got a yellow card for it. And it was just like everything's about the referee in League One. They want to make a name for themselves. Like it's like the players on the pitch don't matter. It's all about me. If I don't turn up, there's no football game. So you just listen to it. And it's just pathetic. I mean, some of these referees, I don't even think they've actually ever played a game of football, like 11-a-side, 5-a-side or what, because players go down with a slightest little touch and they're given free kicks. What for? I mean, I don't know why these footballers go to the gym and bulk up, because if you just barge someone off the ball, it's a free kick. You can't tussle for headers anymore. It's not football anymore. It's just becoming a pansy sport where if you just get touched a tiny bit, if I just go like that, Terry falls over, it's a free kick to Terry. No. If Terry falls over, I'm stronger than Terry. I've been at the gym more than Terry, so
Whoa! Let me stop you there. You've been to the gym?
No, I've never been to the gym.
All right.
But this is what I'm saying. If two players go shoulder to shoulder and one of them falls down, he gives the free kick to the player who's went down. It's not, that player's outstrengthened him because he's stronger than him. It's, no, he's fouled him because he's hit the floor. These referees don't know what they're doing when it comes to tussles and strengths. They're just giving
it. It's not physical contact.
Right, just very quickly, Richie Stubbs on the chat says, "Where's Tommy? Did a great job yesterday. He was spot on." That's from Richie and Kieran in Anglesey. Tommy did a brilliant job yesterday. Tommy is going to be our regular commentator on the home games when we're all at the match. All right, he's going to do that for us, and we've already applauded Tommy for that fantastic job he did. So thanks to him for that. Yesterday, certainly the first half for the referee, I thought he was worse in the first half than the second. But what I likened it to was when we played Wigan, first game of the season, and a lot of the Wigan fans were going mad at the referee. And I thought the referee against Wigan did give us a lot of stuff, whereas this referee just seemed to give a lot to Wimbledon. So, is it the standard? Are we just seeing it because we didn't get a lot of the
because Lugo 9 should have been booked straight away for that challenge yesterday. And like someone said in there, some referees would have given him a red card as well.
Yeah, well, he did get booked for it, but he got booked for it, but it should have been.
See, with referees as well, you got to think of it this way, right? They are human beings, have emotions, right? So a certain referee might hate a club because he's had loads of stick from the past, and then he starts being biased. Like,
don't buy that.
No. There was an instance in a YouTube match. It was a professional referee for hashtag United. It was a thing, and he blew the whistle early. Right.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. He blew the whistle early because he was getting loads of stick off the other team. So because it was they were getting beat 1-0 and they had a couple of minutes left, he blew the whistle 3 minutes early, and there was absolutely hell on about it. And this bloke actually referees in League One and League Two.
Well, you're taking one example. I find it hard to believe, right, that any referee would be biased to any team. I think
if you believe that, I think you live in cuckoo land.
No, absolutely not. They do a professional job, and I think, if anything, sorry, Michael.
No, go on.
If anything, right, if you're a fan of a club or whatever, I think you'd be even more harsh on that to just show that you're impartial. It's as a referee. I don't think a referee goes in and can be biased to any other to any particular team.
I think it does happen. I think it does happen because referees are human beings that have emotions. If them have been getting loads of stick on maybe social media or in a previous game where they've had like maybe death threats, because referees do get death threats, and they are human beings. Of course, they will be biased. Little decisions, just little decisions can go against you, even though it shouldn't.
But the referees are assessed anyway on games. There's people watch them. This is their career for a lot of them. They want to progress the career. If they're being biased, they're not going to go any further. They have, don't they have a panel of
games, would they?
Well, of course they wouldn't. It's so I think. I respect your opinion there, Dino, but I think. Well, I do. I respect it, but I think it's wrong. I mean,
it is wrong for referees to have a agenda, but there has been instances where it has happened.
Oh, shut up.
Do you not remember the Serie A scandal where
No, I don't.
Do you not remember that?
Anyway,
so does that not just show officials can be corrupt as well?
Well, I know the incident you're talking about, the hashtag the Wembley Cup thing, and Spencer FC and all that, where it's with between the F2 and X0.
But look at Italy when Juventus got relegated because the paid referees. You don't know what happens behind the scenes.
Dino, I'm not saying that every single referee, wherever you are, all right, you know, toes the line, right? There's going to be one or two bad ones.
I'm just chucking it out.
Right, okay.
I'm just lobbing it out. That's all I'm doing, mate. I'm just lobbing it out.
To be fair, the genuine referees will hate the bad referees.
Yeah, I'm not saying, you know, overall, anyway. So that's the rest of the performance, more or less, really. I know I didn't ask you, but you had your little say on it, didn't you?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Are you all right with that?
Correct.
Right, okay. Right, question I want to put to you then. Obviously, Lee Burge got injured in the warm-up. Patterson comes in, keeps a clean sheet. So, does Patterson stay in goal now ahead of Burge? Terry?
Definitely for the Blackpool match. Definitely starts for me against Blackpool on Tuesday.
Let me tear that one out, really, because the likelihood is on the Blackpool game they're going to chuck the fringe players in anyway. So let's move on to next Saturday against Wickham, right? Would you start with Patterson over Burge, providing Burge is fit?
I think I would probably keep Patterson in goal. He doesn't deserve to be dropped. Burge has had a little bit of an injury. It probably might take a little bit of time to get fit. There's no point risking him again next week so soon after this week. It's only 7 days' time. You let him rehabilitate properly and let Patterson is a decent lad. He'll do a good job. For me, give Patterson his chance. Time to shine. Take a chance with both hands, Patterson.
Right. What do you think, Michael?
For me, it would depend on whichever keeper starts on Tuesday, and then maybe the other one goes in goal against Wickham. Personally, for me, I don't know. Probably, but Patterson deserves the chance to continue playing because he did keep a clean sheet, and he didn't. I mean, he didn't have as much to do yesterday, but he still kept a clean sheet regardless. Bear in mind, he did come into the team very short notice before the game. I still think it'll be Burgess number one. I think Patterson will be in goal on Tuesday, and then I think for the Wickham game it will be Lee Burge.
Right, okay. Casual observer says Dino lobbing it out. I don't know what that means.
You lob it out.
Right, well, I don't know what you're going to say on this, Dino, to be honest, but Burge, Patterson in.
I mean, I'm all for giving players a go. I am. I do like seeing younger players come in, but I think Wickham is a very, like yesterday's game really wasn't a high pressure game because like people expect Wimbledon to be down there. We're expected to beat them. So like, I mean, as long as he doesn't make a mistake in the game, if we did get beaten, he didn't make a mistake, it's still not that bad. Obviously, Burge gets highlighted for the mistakes he makes, but no one highlights when he makes great saves. It's like he makes one mistake, but then in one game, but he'll save about 3 or 4 where he got rounded and he made a great save. And people say, oh, that's just standard. That's just a routine save, even though it's clearly not. He got rounded. I think with the Wickham game, it's going to be one of them. It's going to be a 6-pointer where pressure's going to be on. They're going to be humping balls into the box. And do you think Patterson can handle balls getting lumped into the box where you've got I don't even know if Akinfenwa still plays for them. I have no idea.
Yes, he does.
I actually think Patterson's good with crosses, apart from the one incident yesterday. I think when he gets his bearings right, he gets more confidence and more experience. I think Patterson's really good catcher of a cross.
Well, see, if you're going to play him in the cups and like say against the lesser teams where you think like they're going to be in the bottom half, I don't mind. But a game against Wickham, who are going to be up there, and I'm sure they're up there now with 10 points. I think
10 points.
Yeah, they are. They've got 10 points.
Oh, 10
you think 10
points, and Terry goes 10 points.
Look, I think the Wigan game is going to be won or lost whether we can score these chances because we can you can huff and puff all day long. We don't put the ball in the back of the net, we're not going to win a game of football.
But with Burge, he's got experience. He's played at this level for a while, and I do still believe he's one of the better keepers in the league. So in a game like that, where it's probably like a 6-pointer, I would probably stick Burge in because it's going to be a rough game. It's going to be one of them games where they're going to say, Anthony Patterson, he's unproven. Get on him.
Do you honestly think Burge is a physical person, a physical goalkeeper? I think he can handle like that Akinfenwa?
Well, he's been in this league a lot longer than
I don't think Burge is that. I don't think Burge is that physical.
He's got the experience, though. He's got experience. He's more experienced than Patterson, and he knows.
And I wouldn't want to risk him if he's still injured.
But we don't even know what he's injured. Was he pulled out because of injury? Maybe.
Apparently so.
But has anything?
Why would you take him out?
He got an injury in one. He got an injury in one.
Maybe he had an upset stomach. I mean, that's not an injury. That's
no, it was definitely an injury.
Right.
But has that come out on the club though?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah, on the club. Yeah,
Oh, you're just making it up.
No, the club. I'm sure they came out and said he got injured. Lee Johnson basically said on his interview, Lee Bird's got injured with warm up. I'm sure he did.
But
He
if
did
he's
say
injured-
on the club's social media.
But if he was injured, why is he on the bench? I know
Because
you
probably
need.
had nobody else there, as a guess.
I didn't know.
Lee Bird was injured. That's why he couldn't be on the bench.
All right, just very quickly, Conrad says we all know Michael loves clean sheets, and we've got to give a shout out to Reese William, who's who
I
said,
just seen it.
do you think it's time to get drunk again? Aye.
I got stuck in the head all day.
So
yesterday.
don't forget it, because that does remind us that the super chat is activated and available if you want to donate to the channel by doing that. It is still free to chat if you want, but if you'd like to purchase a super chat, there's a little $sign below the live chat there. You can just select the amount and do that. And once again, it's much appreciated and helps us grow the channel.
Robert Forster says he felt a tweak in his hamstring. Now, if your hamstring goes, you're knackered. So your hamstring, is it worth risking somebody with a hamstring problem in the game and using up a substitution you could keep for other positions? Now, for me, I would give him a couple of weeks to make sure he's completely fine. That's just my opinion. Hamstrings are awful injuries.
Right, another one from David Jones here, and we did actually mention this a couple of weeks ago. Do any SAFC fans think KLD isn't controlling his own money? We did say, we put it out there, is Stuart Donald actually running the club still, purely because of all the penny pinching things what are still sort of going on. So anyway, he's throwing that out there to you lot if you want to mention that in the chat. I want to go to standout players yesterday. What about a man of the match for you, Michael?
For me, Dan Neil. I thought Dan Neil worked really well. I mean, obviously he had to play at left back and in midfield, made good runs into the box, held his own at left back, linked up well with McGeady occasionally. It amazes me that he's another one that's having to be shoehorned into a position, and he's just growing with maturity every game.
Just very quickly, you got a fan on here, Michael Ethan or SFC 16 says Michael Bauer's best interviewer.
I'm definitely not an interviewer, Ethan, but thanks. I take your comment all the same.
When is Michael ever interviewed anyway?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I think he means.
I've been interviewed, but not.
Yeah, I think he means when he does his vlogs. And Michael's very good. If you've not checked Michael's channel out, make sure you do that. Excellent analysis on the games. What Michael gives.
I need to see that. What are you laughing at?
Jimmy says, I would give him the rest of the season to sort his hamstring out. He would rest Burge for the rest of the season to sort his hamstring out. Clean out a Burge fan.
Not a fan of Burge. Man of the match for you, Dino?
I mean, there's only one person for me, Carl Winchester. I thought first half, he was one of the standout players in the first half. He was very composed at right back. He was getting round Gooch on the overlap, and Gooch just wasn't giving him the ball. He found himself in really good positions. Second half, exactly the same. He was just class. I mean, you don't normally associate giving man of the match to right backs. You think of giving it to the goal scorer or someone who's creating those things. For me, Carl Winchester was unbelievable yesterday, and he's not even a right back, and he's playing really, really well. For me, it was Winchester all day long.
Right, we've got another super chat coming in here from Charlotte and James. Can we have a round of applause, please, for Charlotte? 179 purchased on a super chat and says, do you think Fred Alves should play on Tuesday? Speaking of which, because we have got a team full of singers, because we've got Rod Stewart, as you know, Chesney Hawkes, we've got Neil Diamond there, Chris de Burge plays in goal, and now we have Frederick Elvis, which I did say to Terry as well. To Dino at the match yesterday, because they brought on their substitute Presley, who we should really sign as well, because then we can have Elvis Presley.
Thank you very much.
Fred Elvis, I think he should definitely get a run out on Tuesday.
He is. Lee Johnson's already said that Elvis and Burge. Alves and Burge.
Elvis playing on Tuesday.
Okay, that's good then.
Thank you very much.
I'm not allowed to mention Blackpool apparently, because my wife goes off.
We could mention it for you if you want.
Well, you could do. Terry, man of the match for you?
Completely agree with Dean. Dean, as in
Dean with
singer.
Dean,
isn't it a singer? Isn't it a singer? Singer with Dean, isn't it? Some sort of
Dean Martin.
Dean Martin, that's it. Dean Martin. I completely agree with Dean Martin. Winchester played fantastic, and to be honest, has been probably the man of the season so far for me.
Emma Wilson, member, says get a band going. Well, us get a band, like a boy band. Us Terry would be our lead singer, so I don't think would make the chart. But never mind, who knows? Just funny, mate. Somebody has to.
I already know I'm quality, so
I quite like. I quite like Pritchard. I do agree. I think Winchester edged it anyway. He was good, but I was impressed with Pritchard. You know, when he played yesterday, I was. You know, he's a good little player, I reckon. Somebody was saying about Will Grigg. Is Will Grigg gone?
not gone yet, but I'm sure he's on his way. He's got to be. He's not even in. He's not even on the bench.
He's not even.
He was behind the dugouts with his coat on. He doesn't even look like he's interested. He's definitely gone, man. Come on. There's no rhyme or reason to keep him at the club.
Right. Just very quickly then. Yes, Burton, we played absolutely superb. Was desperately unlucky, right? And we lost. Whereas yesterday, it was one of those ugly wins. If you had a season of ugly wins like that, would you be happy with that? Or would it absolutely do your head in? Terry?
If we win every game, I'll be happy with that.
Would you not think fans would be by the... didn't West Ham kick off with...
Look at end of the day, right?
Allardyce over...
We've been in this league for the fourth season. We need to get out of League One. I don't care how we get out of League One. Just get out of League One. Simple as.
Yeah, I've reached that line of thinking as well. I think I would be, as long as we got promoted, yes.
No, we're there doing nothing. Every other team's saying we need to get out of League One. Even the teams who are in relegation, we need to get out of League One.
No, I'm just saying for the simple fact that ugly wins are playing fantastic and not winning. Ugly wins get out of League One.
Well, not really, because we've done every win last season was an ugly win. Like, that was my thing last season. We're playing crap up winning games. And we only played good probably once.
Yeah,
well, I'm hoping
you need to be playing ugly and winning is sustainable only for so long, yeah. But just because every other club says we need to get out of League One doesn't mean we shouldn't think that.
I'm hoping that we can get these players who've come in, these young lads, eventually all come together and gel and have a fantastic team and we start playing really good football.
But wait there though, you're saying win ugly. Did we not win beautifully yesterday? I mean, second half we were unbelievable. I thought second half we were class.
The thing is I mean, I know that we'll all take an ugly win all season. You know, ugly wins. You know that goes without saying. I'm just wondering if it could get to a point. And like I said, it was West Ham with Sam Allardyce. You know, he did all right, but the style of play and everything, and eventually, you know, it
gets to a point where you want more.
It was just too much, but. I suppose you're right. What we're saying, we have to get out of this league. So let's, even if we do it an ugly way, you know, you can't really complain.
Well, we're there, right? The first half yesterday, we played like that all game, every game, mostly last season. First game of the season when we played Wigan, I thought we were really good. I mean, who did we play second game? We played MK Dons were really good. Burton, we were class. We just didn't score. Yeah. I mean, we're playing well now. We are getting results, but there's the odd one where you won't win. Like you say, the best team doesn't always win.
I mean, second half, to be fair, we do some lovely touches, some passing moves and everything. You know,
we're creating chances as well. I mean, the one at the back post where 09 was going to head it, and I think Gooch took it off his head.
Yeah, I was going to say everything.
Yeah. I do think their defender took it away from them first, though, so I think it caught them both off guard. I think the defender got a touch. I'm sure he did.
I think
bounced off them.
Either way, I mean, you know, we're not going to, I'd like to think we're not going to play ugly every game. And even yesterday, I called it ugly because more like I felt we were capable of more as a side. But you could argue in the second half, we did create more chances and we did deserve the win. My point is that we aren't going to play well. We're not going to play well every single game. And even in those games, that's why half the time I bang on about clean sheets, because if you keep a clean sheet in a game where you're not playing well, you're much more likely to win the game because you can just nick a goal. It's not sustainable doing that, but it helps.
I completely agree with Lee Johnson as well. He said Pritchard was overlooked in the first half. Second half, Pritchard, some of his passing was fantastic. I thought.
Right, just very, very quickly on the chat here, Alan Gardner says Stuart Donald's not running the club as we wouldn't have got the players in that we have if he was. Well, they've come and we haven't really spent any money, but get your point on that. Just Enrico, say hello to you. Thanks for tuning in. Good afternoon, all. Tuning in from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Great
No,
stuff as
amazing.
always.
We have spent some money. I mean, we bought certain.
All right,
And
I'm
we're-
just trying to whisk through this. Listen,
I know, but you see, we're not spending. We've just
No.
bought certain for underclothes, and we've just signed Huggins as well.
Mate,
haven't we?
Huggins was a
Mate,
free transfer, I think.
Mate,
but,
we've got 1 minute left. I want to quickly
Go on then,
was
rattle off,
on to Blackpool, and I want to say thanks to Justin Rigo for tuning in.
Amazing.
And also, I want to mention Robert Foster, and according to Tom White on Sky Sports News, and the Sunderland fan says Grigg is holding up for a deal for the Sheffield United striker, and then Steve Flanders says we'll get the lad from Sheffield United if Grigg goes. So, who knows? So we are sort of right at a time here. I quickly want to go on to Blackpool. I'm not going to mention it, Karen, but I know some members of the team are actually going to go down to the match. I think we all agree we play the fringe players on Tuesday. Can we just agree that? Anybody not agree?
Don't forget to smash the likes. Get us over 100 likes. 100 likes before the stream finishes. Come on, you can do it. Smash the thumbs up. But yes, we're going to play the fringe players. We're going to play Alvarez and Bailey Wright. We need to start all the rest of them.
They need minutes.
Drop all of the 11 who played yesterday and stop, apart from Patterson, and play the rest.
Terry, prediction?
I'm going to go for a sneaky 1-0 win.
Right. 1-0. Michael?
Depends what team both sides play out, because Blackpool are obviously trying to prioritise staying in the Championship. But I think, I'm going to go for a big win. I think we'll win 3-1.
3-1.
And by the way, if we get knocked out, I won't lose sleep over it. But
The thing is I mean, Blackpool got a good win over Middlesbrough in the last round, but they've struggled.
Borough played a lot of their really young players.
And they've struggled. They've struggled in the league with five likes. If you can just hit the thumbs up, or 5 of 100 if you can do that. But they've struggled in the league. They're near the bottom of the
I
championship.
wouldn't be shocked if we lost, but I've got a hunch we'll win.
Now, Dino.
I think we'll get beat 1-0, and to be fair, I wouldn't mind.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah,
don't wanna be-
league's a
like,
priority.
are we going to win this cup? Probably not. I mean,
I want to win all the matches, and I want to keep on playing the young players, give them more experience. So the longer we stay in the cup, the more times they'll get more experience in playing big matches. I want to keep on playing the fringe players.
Right, okay. My wife's put a prediction in there as well, and she says my prediction is being cheesed off all day Tuesday. She don't want to go to Blackpool. I've told her it's a road trip. I'm taking her to the seaside.
I'll give her some handcuffs, tie her to the bed.
Really?
Oh,
nice.
okay.
You're not going anywhere.
This is
Run to your house, you mean? Is that what you mean? Yeah, I'm going to go for 2-0 Sunderland. Yeah, I've told her it's a day trip to the seaside, and she's much as well. But anyway, so Tuesday's going to be fun. That really does just about wrap it up from us down here. Been a good one. It's been all right tonight. Michael, would you like to say bye to everyone?
Take care, guys. Thanks very much for the support.
Dino?
Bye.
Do
Goodbye, everyone.
you want to sing us a song? Sing us out?
Sing it.
Bye bye, love. Bye bye, happiness. See you on Tuesday for the live stream. Mad mistake. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing the radio live stream commentary. Don't forget.
He's doing a listen along.
Listen, sing along.
So that's on Terry's. I'm going down. We're going to get some interviews, some fan cams and stuff like that. For Find a Corner of the Ground, I might actually do a live stream for you from inside the ground, just to trump Terry.
Thanks for the 100 likes. Thanks for the 100 likes.
Right, that just about wraps it up. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. It's absolutely free. And we will see you all on. And we'll see you. You'll see him Tuesday. So,
I'll see you Tuesday.
We'll see you then. Thanks very much for tuning in. See you. Bye bye.